If you want to learn some study tips that will actually help you out this semester, keep watching this video. Hey guys, welcome to the channel, or welcome back. My name is Ania, and in today's video, I'm gonna give you 5 tips that will actually help you this semester, but make sure you stay tuned till the end and you watch the whole video, because at the end, I'm gonna be giving you guys some bonus tips that I actually use in my personal life. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, so the first and the main things that I'm gonna be focusing on in this video is actually Chrome extensions. If you have not jumped on the Chrome extension train, you have to. They are incredible. They can do some really incredible things to help you be way more productive. So the first one we're gonna start off with is a Chrome extension called Leva Highlighter. Now this basically makes your web pages like free reign. You can highlight and you can take notes on the page too. So let's say, for example, you're doing a research paper or you're writing an essay. You can then go ahead and highlight the parts that you're going to use from those essays or articles or whatever. And then you can write notes on it and be like, okay, in my essay on page number 2, when I talk about blank, this is what I'm gonna use, or however you structure your essays. So as you can probably tell, this is a great resource for any student who writes a lot of essays or has to do a lot of research. This is really great and it's gonna benefit you a lot. So this next one is called Picture in Picture. And basically it takes your YouTube video and makes it a small mini video on the side of your screen so that you can continue using your laptop for something else. Now I know what you're gonna say. I could just split screen it and have your YouTube open on one side and do that on the other side. However, if you're like me, I've noticed that when I've done that in the past, some of the pages don't like convert correctly to the split screen. So I end up having to scroll through the entire page to like try to find what I'm trying to find, versus just having a little mini video here and then having the rest of the screen real estate available for whatever it is you need to do. So that's a great one, and I think it'd be pretty useful. And also, even if you're not doing homework, just to be able to use your laptop for one thing but also watch a YouTube video on the side, pretty cool. Okay, so this next Chrome extension is another one for all of my people out there who are doing a lot of research projects or just needs help writing essays and things like that. This Chrome extension is called MyBib, and it basically helps you cite your information. Now this is great because, as you guys know, citing information, first of all, it takes a long time and it can be confusing if you don't know what format you're supposed to have it in, but this website will do it for you and it will save it in a project so that if you're, again, working on an essay and you can't remember which website you got which thing from or what direct quote came from an article, when you're on that article and you're using Leva Highlighter to highlight and take notes, you can actually cite the information straight from there, save it to your project, and that way as you're writing your essay, all you have to do is click through and be like, oh yeah, that's right, I'm gonna use that in this part, and it's cited right here. So I can throw all of those citations at the bottom of my essay, boom, done. Super easy, super convenient. Definitely one that I will be using. I don't know about you guys, but not only am I taking English 4 this semester, I'm also taking business law. So, you know, obviously I love myself so much because I'm gonna have to write a lot of paper and do a lot of research this semester. So yeah, this is an extension that's definitely going to come in handy. Okay, this next one is super, super useful, and it is called the PodCastle. Did I say that right? PodCastle. And basically it turns written text or like articles and things like that into a podcast. And basically you get to listen to the information written on the page instead of having to go through and read it. Now, if you're someone like me, I hate taking notes from textbooks, from articles, anything written, because in my brain, everything is important, so I end up just writing pretty much everything that's on the page, which we all know isn't useful. So to be able to listen to it, I feel like when I'm listening to it, like for example, when you listen to a lecture, sometimes it's easier to point out what is important because of the way the person is saying it, or just because it's like, oh, okay, they've said this a couple of times, I know that that's important, let me write it down. Regardless, I think that having it like being able to hear it from me is a lot more beneficial and will help me navigate through what the key concepts and key parts are so that I don't write everything on the page. Also, if you're watching this video and you found anything helpful so far, make sure you leave a comment down below and let me know what it was. Or if you have more extensions that you find useful, also please leave them because we could all use a little bit of help this semester. Okay, and the last Chrome extension I'm gonna talk about, so this is number 5, is an extension called OneTab. Now, this is a lifesaver. So if you're like me, you have a lot of tabs open and they're useful and you click on them probably day to day, but who wants to have a million tabs open all the time and having to navigate through all of them? No, we're not doing that anymore. So when you download OneTab, you click on the little OneTab button in the corner of your screen, and then it takes all of your tabs and moves them to a location where you can see what the tab is, you can see what day you accessed it, and also when you click on it from this location, it just takes you directly back to it. And this has been a lifesaver because now if I'm like, okay, I have 5 tabs open, this is too distracting, I just close them all and then I can just have the 1 or 2 tabs open that I need in that moment. Now, when you're doing research and you're doing stuff online for school, you guys know having 100 tabs open ain't fun for nobody, and having to, go through all of them and trying to figure out what was on which page, not fun. So download OneTab, you won't regret it. Okay, so now we're gonna move on to some bonus tips, and these are things that I've done last semester, I'm doing this semester, and these are tips from a straight A student, so here we go. Okay, so the first one is to use Notion to organize your homework and schoolwork. Just any of your assignments, use Notion. Unless you have another system that works for you. If you don't have a system quite yet and you're kind of just winging it and waiting for people to post things on Canvas, let me tell you, you're gonna run into some roadblocks. This semester, I have teachers who are not using the Canvas dashboard to post their assignments. Instead, they're going through announcements, which means if a due date is coming up, I can't look at the Canvas dashboard and find that due date. I have to actually go find the announcement that's on and then be like, oh, this is the due date for this. And then some teachers use 2 due dates, which means Canvas is only going to show you the last due date. It's not going to show if there's more than one. So for example, you'll say, I have a discussion board due on Friday. But when you click on the assignment, the discussion board will say your post is due Wednesday, but your peer response is not due until Friday. And now it's Thursday, and now you've missed your part to post. You see what I mean? So having a place where everything is written down and you keep track of all those dates, very, very crucial if you want to be a more organized student and if you want to get better grades. I have a video all about my Notion setup, so if you guys are interested, you can go ahead and watch that video and I'll give you some tips of how to set up your Notion, how I set up mine, and how it can be a great organization tool for students. Okay, this next tip is I use this for everything now, even if it's not school related. I feel like my brain just can't process not doing it anymore. It just is a part of my regular routine now. But anyway, if you have to watch long videos, documentaries, or whatever it is for your classes, and you don't necessarily have time, because let me tell you, nobody has time to sit through a 2-hour video, okay? Nobody. Not a lecture, not a video, not a documentary. I'm not doing it, especially if it's not something I'm super interested in. So with this one, you actually just watch it in a faster time. So for me, when I'm just watching something and I kind of just want to get through it, 1.5 speed. That is exactly what I do. I watch everything at 1.5 speed so I can still get the information where it's not too fast that it doesn't make sense, but it's also not too slow where I feel like, oh my god, I'm dragging through this. So now I'm finishing these videos in half the time and I don't have to sit through 2-3 hours of a video. Basically, that's just been a really big lifesaver for me. You know, we're college students, work smarter, not harder. Okay, another one, I've definitely talked about this, ride or die till the end, but Google Keep. It is a free resource and it is a very simple to-do list format where you can either just write notes in it or you can use check boxes, and that's typically what I do, but use it to write out your assignments you're gonna do for the day. I mean, of course, you don't have to use this app to do this, but have a place where you can write down what you wanna get done day by day. and I have videos showing how I've used Google Keep in the past. You'll see how I use Google Keep and how I'm using it this semester. And I basically just keep one big to-do list, and I will put the day that I plan to do the assignments at the top, and then underneath I will list every single assignment I'm gonna get done that day. And then it's very satisfying because once I'm done, all you have to do is check off the top one that has a date. Everything gets checked off and that day is done, and you know, okay, I've done all of this, I'm good for today, I am caught up, and then you can see exactly what's coming up for the next day so that you can get prepared. So use Google Keep. And then last but not least, this was a resource that I actually used this semester for the first time, and I was just like, I'm so upset that I didn't know about this before, because like college textbooks are expensive. Now, luckily when you're taking like an English class or something, sometimes they'll have you just buy regular paperback books, and those are not that expensive, but also it's just like, you're gonna pay $12 for a book that you're never gonna read again. No, we're not doing that. So this website is called b-ok.org, and you can use this website to find free books online. So I was able to find 3 of my textbooks this semester on that website. And also, as you guys may know, one of my resolutions for this year was to get back into reading. It's something I really, really wanted to do. And one of the main things that kind of dissuaded me last year was that I didn't have access to a lot of books. And I'm the type of person, it's a really bad habit, I don't like purchasing books unless I know I'm gonna like it, which is kind of backwards because obviously that's the whole point of buying a book. You buy a book, you read it, and then you either like it or you don't. But I just would prefer to read it before I buy it. And then that way I can read it, and if I love it, then I'll purchase it. You know what I mean? I've found a ton of books that I am reading this year on that website, and so it's been a really great resource, and you guys should use it. Check there, see if your textbooks are there, and before you go and buy them. The only thing is, you know, these teachers love their access codes, but that's a conversation for another day. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Also, let us know if you found anything helpful, and let me know if there's any more extensions or tips you have for students going into the spring semester. It's only been about 2 weeks and I'm already tired, so I can't imagine how you guys must feel. But yeah, I love you guys so much, and I hope I'll see you in the next video.